Hello guys, my name is Adrian and this is a monastery and it's called Mihai Voda's Monastery. Mihai Voda Monastery, founded by Mihai Viteazul, is one of the oldest buildings in Bucharest. It was built in 1591, surrounded by stone walls similar to a fortress, close to the Dubrovița River. The monastery buildings served multiple purposes over time, such as residence of the country's leaders, military hospital, medical school, and the site of National Archives of Romania. The monastery was an important archaeological site. Inside the monastery there used to be a Dacian archaeological site, more than 3,000 years old, where old pottery and other relics were found. In 1813, Mihai Voda Monastery was one of the largest monasteries of Romania. Between 1908 and 1009, Christopher Cerchez, head of architecture for the Ministry of Religious Affairs, supervised work on the state archives at the monastery. At the time of the communist regime in 1985, the church building was moved on rails 285 meters east and hidden in its present location on Sufficiency Street next to Splaiu Independenței Street and Izvor Park. That was to make way to the civic center. The medieval cloisters and estuary buildings were demolished. Mihai Voda Monastery has been included into the list of historical monuments of Romania. A legend explains that the motivation that led to the foundation of the monastery by Mihai Viteazul, according to this, in a very cold winter, probably between years 1589 and 1591, Mihai, the stepson of Pătrașcu the Good, was arrested by the leader Alexander the Bad, who accused him of having conspired to gain leadership of the country. Mihai was taken to St. Anthony Square, the place where he should have been decapitated. The road to the square passes by the church Albert Postovari, next the hill Spirei. Mihai, with permission from his guards, stopped the attempted divine liturgy at the church and go to the icon of Saint Nicholas, promising him to build a monastery nearby if he should escape death. There are three explanations of how Mihai escaped execution by Alexander the Bad. The first tells of a ransom paid by 12 aristocrats. The second claims that the physical qualities of Mihai, being tall and very handsome, caused the executioner, upon seeing Mihai, to throw away his axe and run off. A third version of events says that Mihai was released after the protest of members of the community who had yet a place of execution. Once liberated, Mihai kept his promise and built the monastery. I hope that this video is a kind different, because we didn't have the rights to film inside the monastery, and we just filmed in the yard and outside the yard. These are the rights. We didn't know that and decided to do that because it's better. We can film inside. That's all for now. Goodbye.